Hello Scorpio and welcome to the Green Women Tarot. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks, which is from the 5th to the 19th of July 2021. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle. And this is the Rackham oracle that I'm using today to draw a couple of cards from, just to start your reading off with. So let's see what words of wisdom does the mysterious oracle have for Scorpio for the 5th to the 19th of July 2021. What messages are here for Scorpio for the next 2 weeks? What does Scorpio need to know at this time? It's a very big oracle deck, but still I will only draw 2 cards from it. And let's see what you get. Ahriman, the darker self ascendant. Okay, oh dear. Need to embrace the shadow side of yourself. And coterie, kindred spirits. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So you may align with someone, you may find connectors. This speaks of a lovely connection with someone. And perhaps it's someone that accepts your darker side, your shadow self. But it's about becoming better. It's ascending. It's coming out. It's to improve yourself. Sometimes you need to do a bit of shadow work, and that may involve accepting a side of yourself with compassion that previously you just didn't want to acknowledge. So I also get a sense of just, after a difficult time, you may find a true connection. And this needn't be between just 2 people. It could be a nice sense of comradeship that comes about. And they look like they're actually going off on an adventure. But let's see where the rest of the reading takes us. So let's see what's on the cards for Scorpio for the 5th to the 19th of July 2021. What messages are here for Scorpio for the next 2 weeks? What does Scorpio need to know at this time? And this is the 5-cent tarot that I'm using today. And I'll put out my usual 8-card spread with the first 2 cards depicting you where you are now. The second 2 cards highlighting the challenges that you face at this time. And the following 2 cards offering you some guidance from divine energies as you move towards the final 2 cards, which may reveal your possible outcome to this time period. It certainly will show what potentials are arising, what energies you're moving towards. But let's see where you are. The Queen of Matches and the 4 of Buttons. Okay, and then your challenge is the 8 of Cups and Strength. Your guidance cards are the 4 of Needles and the Messenger. And you're moving towards the 5 of Needles and the Emperor. And at the bottom of the deck you have Death, which is all about an ending, something needing to come to its natural conclusion. And that's the sort of ending that precedes a change, that precedes a new beginning. So it's nothing to fear, it's something that you need to face. It may not come welcome, it may not be welcome to you, but you know, something has its time is up. Yeah, something has come to its natural conclusion and it's time to move on. And you even have another moving on card there in your challenge. Right, so where we begin, you have this charismatic sense of adventure here with the Queen of Matches, the Queen of Wands, all this fiery energy and this drive. You know, it's almost like feeling a sense of creativity, intuition and power, and a willingness to move things forward. There's a sort of sense, I get a sense of that wittiness of the Queen of Wands coming out here. It's almost like having the gift of the gab, charm and brightness, that independence and adventurous sort of outdoorsy energy here, with the Four of Buttons, which is actually quite contradictory. It's about holding on to your energies, holding on to what is of value to you, but to the detriment, losing out on that sort of fun, that adventure, that communion with others, which you have here in this little oracle card, the kindred spirit. So it's almost like you're trying to hold on to something that is of importance to you, because you don't want, you want to stay secure, you want to feel that you have that value and that security and that stability around you, but perhaps it's going to be to the detriment of adventure and fun and exploration. And your challenge is actually to acknowledge this ending and move on before it becomes too stale or becomes too embittered or difficult, because you have a card here where there's a sense of unfairness. And I'm feeling that, you know, maybe you want to heed this challenge and move on. Take courage, face your inner demons, face your fear. And then that would be a fear of being unstable, a fear of being, of losing what you have gained so far. But it seems to be urging you, the cards seem to be urging you to steel yourself to move on from something that once did serve you but has now sort of become less than yourself. It's almost like you've outgrown something. When I look at the charismaticness of the Queen of Matches, it's almost like something may feel secure, but it's almost frumpy now. It's almost stayed now. And it's time to move on, and there's your challenge to face your fears of the unknown or your fear of hurting others, and find a way to move on from that which was once comfortable and secure but is now no longer fitting you. You've outgrown something, and it's time to move on before it becomes unpleasantly stale. So your guidance for this is, you've got this lovely spirit guides, the messenger. This sort of suggests a calling. Perhaps you need to hear how divine energies or God or your angels or whatever it is you follow in your moral compass, there's messages being sent to you from spirit guiding you on. And you know, it sort of shows with the Four of Needles this is a card of respite, a card of replenishing your strength through letting go of strife, adversity, battles. So it's about laying down your arms to rest, to gather strength, and through that sort of stepping back, you may see things in a new perspective. It just sort of may bring a new light into the situation for you. And it's in that quiet, in that introspective time, that you will be receptive to hear and acknowledge and respond to guidance from above. Now, if you don't really go for spiritual things, it could well just be a guidance from an elder, someone who can support and mentor you through this. So there it's to just stop the busyness, stop the struggle to hold on to what you're holding on to, and step back from it. Divert your attention from it to rest from this dilemma, from the struggle, from the strife, and allow yourself some time for quiet, reciprocal sort of energy, to allow yourself to hear and receive messages, guidance, and then heed them, because you're moving towards, yes, a time of some sort of strife. It's almost like someone has to give up something at their own expense because of the self-preservation or the selfishness, if you will, of someone else. But it brings you to the emperor as well, who's like really structured. This is about, again, you've got two figures on each end that are in their own power. It's about, gaining control of yourself, of a situation, being in authority, having fought for that position and then maintaining it. That's true security and a true stability, one that is highly disciplined and requires watchfulness and structure and strategy and planning to get to. So it looks like, I get a sense here of being in a situation that is coming to its natural end, whether that's a relationship or a work thing or a house you live in, a car you have, whatever. There's something you're attached to that you're holding on to, that it's time to let it go because it's stifling your own creativity. And the challenge is to move on before it becomes a problem, while it's still pleasant, while it's still okay to put your sights somewhere else, higher, to something higher, something better, something more befitting you. Because I get a sense very much so with the Eight of Cups, it's about outgrowing something that was once good and choosing to walk away before it becomes too difficult to go, because things will become fractured. They will become a bit angst-ridden. And there's going to be disagreements and a sense of unfairness. But it's almost like this is inevitable. You've got the end card there. And, I get the sense that this, the darker self-ascendant is about needing to accept that this isn't going to be an easy pulling away. It's going to come with some degree of conflict, but to alleviate that, to make it less intense and more bearable, you need to resist arguments. You need to step back from fighting about it, either within yourself or with others. Gain some quiet time for introspective, and in that time you also recharge your batteries and replenish your energy and put yourself in the sort of alignment with openness, with being able to receive information. It's in that quiet time where thoughts come to the fore, messages from spirits, from higher realms, and these are good messages that are, sort of guiding you, sort of moving you forward in a direction you're meant to be. It's aligned with that Strength card, and that's sort of needing to face your fears in a quiet, persistent, but steadfast way, that gentle persuasion. It just seems almost inevitable that you'll be moving on. And, through that moving on, you do go through a period of strife, and you may question whether you've been selfish or whether you've just had to do what you had to do, whether others have been unfair with you. But ultimately, it's all about bringing yourself to a position of being in your own power and of finding that structure, that stability, that security that you need. That, this is a more permanent one, something that's deeper and stronger. And you've got here your kindred spirits. So I get a sense that, in moving forward, you reconnect with others and sort of feel that finally a true connection. And with that support and guidance, it enables you to build up that sense of stability and structure. Yeah, so there you have it, Scorpio. A bit of a transitional stage for you and a need to move on. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. And then have a good 2 weeks, and God bless you till we meet again.